Hey guys, welcome back. We're here for some more STPL action. We just had an incredibly long series to start us off there. That series took 2.5 hours, which is crazy with that 42-minute ace match at the end there. But that's going to take us into our second matchup of today. It's going to be Net Wars versus White.
Oh boy, this is gonna be so sick. I can't wait. Net Wars and White Clan are two of the best teams from from their respective regions. White Clan, obviously a South Korean clan, and Net Wars Polish clan. They're both incredibly good. Top four almost every season, guaranteed. So you can see White Clan have silver medal for their round 4 performance in the first season of STPL. And then
Yep.
Net Wars have gotten 4th, I think, 2 seasons, but you don't get a trophy for that.
Yeah, they lost to IRK in the playoffs in season 1, so they did get 4th. Unfortunately, they didn't make it there. IRK got their revenge in the final matchup there, but White Clan, they did win 2 of the rounds last season, and they lost to Seoul in the final, which was, to be honest, a bit of an upset when they sent out both Mind and Best. So we're going to have a look at their rosters today. We're going to see a few new players for both of these teams, at least for me anyway. But we're not going to see game 1. That was actually a walkover to White Clan. Zero didn't turn up for his game. I think maybe BSL was on early that day or something.
No, he actually had car trouble. He was driving home from work because Zero actually has like a real job. So he was at work and he was driving home and he actually had car trouble on the way and had to have like one of his friends like come and like rescue him from being stranded. So
Ah,
unfortunately he missed his STPL game, which sucks because like I think he actually would have had a pretty good shot. Zero's like actually a very good player. So unfortunately, that means that Net Wars start off 0-1, which yeah, it sucks.
yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, but it does happen sometimes. And we're going to have a TVP between Wolf and Sinby. Now, I don't think I've seen Sinby before. I know Wolf is Wolfix, but I don't think I've seen him play either. It's probably going to show his player history in a second, and he'll would have played those games. They're going to have Koga versus Sak. That's going to be a cool TVZ. Now, this isn't the same Sak who played for SK Telecom T1. This is a different one. I'm not sure
What?
if that's a
How are
common
there
name.
two socks? What?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a common. I guess it's not a common name, but it's weird. It's not the same guy. Obviously, Sak is actually in the military at the moment as well. So then we're
Yeah.
gonna have a PBT. It's the matchup. It's the repeat. I think they've met like 3 or 4 times now. It's Yeti versus Famasi on Carthage 3. So that's definitely the matchup I'm looking forward to the most.
No, I completely agree. I cannot wait. Yeti, Famasi, probably the 2 best players on each respective team. I mean, Koga's pretty good too, but we're gonna start off with a little bit of an appetizer match. Wolf, a guy that has not played in STPL yet. Man, it's so crazy to me how deep the talent pool is in Poland.
Yeah.
Just basically every Polish player is good. It's so crazy. But then also Sinby has only played 1 game and lost it against Nogrim. Damn. What
Yeah,
a
and that
throwback.
was a long
But
time ago. That was a crazy
yeah,
game.
that was literally February of this year.
Yeah, it's insane. And that was, thinking about it, we had 1,668 games in Season 1, and Sinby appeared in exactly one of them. So that's a big difference.
One
But
guy in the chat is just like, "Wow, Sinby! I watched him play that one game, and even though he lost, I've been his fan this whole time." I'm like,
I've been
"Damn, dude."
waiting. Yeah, he's been like waiting for that guy to come back again. But Simby's back again for Season 2, and he's going to be playing here against Wolfix on Whiteout. We've only had 1 TVP here so far, in which Dreamer took down Flymeo in Ash vs. Bull, another 6 series. That was actually a really cool TVP as well. So without further ado, let's get into game number 2, because we are starting with White Clan 1-0 up. It's going to be Wolf versus Simby. Okay, starting us off in the bottom middle position, we do have the dark blue Terran fighting for Net Wars. It's Wolfix, and he needs his Net Wars tags.
That's right. And his opponent in teal is going to be Simbi, playing for White Clan.
For a second, I didn't realize that was you chatting, and I was like, why are the players saying that? That's so strange.
And then you were like, wait a second, who would say such a thing? And you looked over to find the information where it would normally be located in the chatter name box, and you're like, that says Rapid Casting. You thought to yourself, Rapid Casting. I know a guy named and then you were like, wait a second, Nani?
I've been tricked.
That's right. I've bamboozled you, Kicks.
I just like to say bamboozle is a wonderful word. I love that word so much.
It's right up there with shenanigans. Both fantastic words.
Okay, I mean, the start of TVP is always the kind of... unless you see a probe go out immediately, the start of TVP usually looks the same. Now, on Whiteout, I would definitely say that factory play is, like, a factory expand is more common. But the issue I've got is because I haven't seen Wolfix play, I don't know what his style is, so I'm kind of interested to see what it's going to be. And Simbi hasn't played a PvT, so I don't know what their style is either. Makes it difficult.
Yeah, no, these are the mystery players. Like I said, this is an appetizer. Like at the end of the series, we're gonna see the sickest badasses play each other, like the craziest, amazing players. Although I would say that this should be a little bit of a mismatch. I think Simbi is a little bit better overall, but I have no idea what to expect from Wolfix. So I'm just, going off of like things like APM, building placement, timing, kind of stylistic stuff like that. Because obviously, like Kick said, nothing really happens early on.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I think if we were to look at the last two players, I think if you were to match ABC and Kiri up against each other, I think Kyrie definitely has the advantage there, at least skill-wise. So ABC did a really good job to upset him there, but it's whether or not Wolfix is able to do it here, because unlike in PvT, where I know a lot of people will probably be shouting into their monitor right now, but I feel like PvT is a little bit easier to go, like, get upsets with, because you're not, especially in the early game, you're not at this massive disadvantage that you have to kind of overcome, and you're not Flash, so it doesn't really matter. Like, whereas Wolfix, he needs to play pretty perfectly if he wants a chance to win a TVP here.
It's not Flash? Kicks, I've been lied to this whole time.
Yeah, Flash moved to Poland. That's why he's not playing in the next ASL.
I always knew Flash played a little bit like a Polish player. I don't know what that means, but I'm just memeing. The idea is that probably Flash could beat both of these players at the same time.
Yeah. So it looks like we are going to have the SCV pull in, see what it needs to see and pull back out. Needs to keep this alive for around the 4-minute mark, which is when you're really going to see whether or not you need to build an engineering bay, because you'll need to see if they've got a nexus or not. But we've got the factory coming up as I expected. He's going to be expanding on the high ground. Didn't opt for the more modern bunker expand, which is kind of interesting, especially on this map. But the first Dragoon's already on the way.
Yeah, a bunker expo is like, yeah. I don't really know, because then you have to obviously put up with the ranged Dragoons just like hurting your bunker over and over again. But that is also not what we're going for here, because there's Nexus already on the way, Kicks.
Yeah, range is only just now finished. Looks like we are... Oh, Wolfix. He's not going to get in and see the... he's not going to see the Nexus, so he's playing blind.
Wow, that's actually a ton of information to not have. You need to know if you're getting one base. Because all of a sudden, a Reaver shuttle flies into the back of your base, and you're like, oh, well, I wish I had known about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or you die to DTs. That's also a very common way of losing. But we've actually... Oh, and it is going to be DTs as well. Citadel of Adun is up in the bottom or the top left of the base. And whenever I see this, like, part of me, like, cries inside because I know how easy it is to die from this situation. But Are we going to see an engineering bay? Like, if we don't see any detection, this could be a very quick game.
I'm waiting. Come on, Kix. Tell me it's possible. That's a factory, not an academy.
And there's the Templar Archive. So it's not the quickest DT in the world, obviously, to go for that Nexus. It's going to make it a little bit easier to defend, but still, you need some kind of detection. Like, he is going for mines. That's one option you have. You just mine up and hope they don't get a shotgun drop in your base.
But if you mine your mineral line, you just get mine dragged and lose everything. So that's not even a solid strat. He would need to like defensively mine his entrance, but usually the first vulture runs across the map to try to land the mines in the Protoss base.
Yeah, it's going to be double vulture being produced right now, so he is going to stick to just 3 tanks. Now this is a bit of a risky play in itself, because you're essentially going, I'm not going to have a big tank count, especially when you push across the map like this as well. He's going to be pushing into DTs, so he needs to be very careful. This is such an odd timing as well, because it's not a strong FD or anything. It's super late.
Exactly.
There's not that many Marines, and yeah, he's going to have vultures with mines, but surely Simbi's just going to have enough to deal with this.
Is this that Jojo push that kills people? It's like 3 tanks?
Yeah, but that would be off of 2 factories on 1 base.
Right,
so...
right. Nothing makes sense anymore here.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be like minutes earlier, too.
Oh, and here come the DTs. Oh, no.
Alright, get your G's ready, guys. G's in the chat. G.
Oh!
Oh!
Okay, well, luckily enough, he's seen the DTs, so he's going to be able to mine his entrance now.
You think he saw the DTs there, Kix?
Yeah, he definitely, he felt the DTs.
I think that's a fairly safe bet.
Look at this, the DT's like, no, I don't care.
Oh, he killed the mine. No way, he's going to target it down again. What a monster.
Oh my god.
Look at this DT. Holy, what? Target, oh, okay. All right, now, oh gosh.
Okay, there is justice.
Okay. Actually, no. Oh, he mine dragged the second one instead of killing the mine. I was really impressed by that. Damn. Wow. What a sick game. There's 2 more DTs on the way, by the way, so gotta get ready. Where's the academy?
Oh, there's a shuttle as well.
Yep, put him in the main.
Starport's on the way. Okay, there's an academy.
Why is the shuttle moving back? What?
To pick up another DT. Yeah, because
the other 2, I think he should have just gone with 2.
Well, I mean, more of a good thing is always a good thing, I guess. And the academy is only just now finished. The scanners have not started yet. There is no detection in the main whatsoever. And there is no engineering bay either. So, yeah, I think Wolfix may just die here. I'm not sure what you can do against 3 DTs in your main.
Alright, once again, chat, prepare your G's. Or F's, potentially.
Oh, he's even going to target down the comp stand. You can't repair it when it's not finished, so it's going to die. And if he drops mines, he's just going to pick up the DT, surely. Oh my goodness.
Oh, mine drag. Oh, wow. What? Oh, so many SCVs dying from that. Scan does come off. Is it going to be enough to kill the DT? I think the DT...
Oh, yeah, he gets 2 of them. That's actually really important, because...
Yeah, you're supposed to lift it.
Oh, and now there's 2 turrets. Wait, why did he cancel one of the turrets? The DT's just gonna kill... Oh no, okay. I was gonna say, like, if this DT kills the turret, you're in the same problem you had before, but he does manage to hold on, and Simbi did use a lot of resources to do that, so he lost the shuttle as well. There's gonna be no further drop harassment, at least for a while. Oh no, there's a second DT shuttle with 3 DTs in, so...
Yeah, no, it's not. We're not stopping yet. This is a little bit too much. I mean, he can be annoying and maybe snipe some depots and stuff like that, but yeah, I think obviously, or honestly, you should send one of them to the natural. Like, just split them up, be annoying. I think there's no more DTs in the game. He's not making any more. But he is going up, he's getting his starport, so there you go.
Yeah, he got the Wraith, which is good. That will be able to push away the shuttle for now, but the third base CC is forced to fly into the middle of the map, well, into his main. And look at this, he's going to take down the depots, he's going to be able to target down the armory. Oh, he's not even going to bother, he's just going to go for the supply depots. It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, I mean, Sinby is overbuilt or a little bit on the supply depots, so he should be okay. Especially now that he's like stabilized, he never actually got supply blocked. So I think it's about time to kind of cool it with the DT shenanigans. So I am glad that he is actually getting the fast arbiters.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his third base as well. He's got his third gas going. The Arbiters coming in are just going to add insult to injury because Wolfix is going to find it so difficult to push out and expand. Like, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 tanks, and the armory's about to go down. Oh my god, if he loses this armory, that's huge.
Yeah, because it's +1, so that just means you're never going to have +2. I mean, not never. Oh!
Can he repair it?
But he repaired a 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, 3 HP. Are you kidding me?
All he needed was one more hit from a DT earlier, and that would have been a dead armory. But +1 attack is going to be able to finish. And that repair was the like, literally one, not even a second later that would have died. But there's another DT still. Just gonna kill a turret at the third base. It's like, yeah, okay, you're not gonna take this base yet. I'm not gonna let you.
Yeah, just being annoying for now. Not really that big a deal, but that is crazy. Wow. Whew. Kind of game-defining moment there. At least for the next, like, I don't know, 5-6 minutes. It's really the time where your +1 gives you so much agency out of the map. But we're just gonna see a defensive like push here from Wolfix to try to stabilize at his natural expansion. See if we can get this up. Man, we might have another one of those 40-minute games kicks if the Protoss, if the Sinby's damage is not enough. But he is gonna try to like do something super aggressive here. He's bringing units down.
There's another DT drop in the main as well.
Oh no! Oh no, you didn't.
This man just keeps dropping DTs.
And he kills the turret there, so no detection. He's gonna have to scan. Pick it up, pick it up.
Oh, he can't. Nice body blocking.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, the shuttle went down again. Well, that was an observer dying, I think. It was one of the two, it's hard to tell. But the problem is, and this is the difference between watching Simbi and ABC, when ABC, or when Simbi couldn't do damage there, he immediately pulled all his units back. He's not been hit by a million mines on the way as well, so that helps. And he's just able to consolidate his forces a little bit better. Like, we don't see mass blue go anywhere. Yeah, he's lost a lot of DTs, but it's not the biggest deal when you're on now up to 4 base. Like, not a massive problem.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got Sinby is kind of starting to run away with things here. Supply lead coming up. He's got what, 4 bases right now? Yeah, 4 bases. I mean, Terran on 3. I mean, neither player is like dead or whatever, but there's a couple of things that are going to be really good. First of all, we're going to get Zealot speed, Arbiters, Recall, tons of gateways everywhere. 5th base on the way. This is all going for Sinby. Whereas Wolfix, like, he's not a bad spot or whatever, but he doesn't have double armories, so he's going to be getting that second upgrade or second attack upgrade comparatively slowly.
Yeah, the weird decision by him there as well is his science facility was about to finish, and then he started +1 armor. It's almost always better to just get +2 attack. Like, armor doesn't really help you all that much. Like, it does help, obviously, which is why you want to go for 3-2, but yeah, 2-0 is a lot better than 1-1. And just to make a quick announcement as well, there was planned to be 3 series today, but due to the first series being so long, like, if this series is a long series as well, just because I have been at work for 9 hours today as well, we're probably going to have to cast the other series another day. And also, Rapid woke up like super early to do this as well, so you're probably exhausted too.
Yeah, and I also have an actual studio broadcast later on today, so I don't want to be super tired. But couldn't say no to STPL, and honestly, the games have been very long. Not always do you get an epic like 45-minute slugfest. That was actually super sick. So yeah. Now we've got kind of the same thing being set up again, but I think Sinby has enough of a lead to where he'll be okay. The problem is like also Wolfix. His macro is not bad. He is in a very good spot right now. His main his natural 3rd base, so well defended. So let's see what this recall looks like. The Arbiter going down the bottom of the map.
Yep.
2 turrets in the way. There's a Wraith coming down, but it's on patrol and it's going to run away. Traitor Wraith doesn't see it, and here we go. We going all the way?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
Recall going down in the main. There's not enough defense here. He didn't have any mines in his mineral line because that's the last place you want to be mining. And unlike Desperado, it's a lot harder to... Oh my god, the mines have been so good. It's a lot harder to kind of move between your third and your main. There isn't like mass arbiters this game, but the command center from the main is going to go down. Oh my god, the mine.
Wow. Yeah, but honestly, the command center is, you know, the biggest thing. Even though it's almost mined out, there's still...
Oh my god, is Simbi going to make the same mistake that ABC did? He's going to push into the third, but look how many tanks are still there. And the Zealots are stuck in the back.
Yeah, so the Zealots do filter forward. They are going to get toward... Yeah, but he realizes, wait a second, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you're getting recalls that are that good, just do it again, my man. Even just recall on the depots. That whole chunk right there, gotta go. But yeah, fantastic. And now it's going to be 6 base Protoss versus a 2 base Terran.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Wolfix is obviously in a massively poor position. 2-1 is a long, long way away. +2 attack I don't think ever actually started. So, with no +2 attack, it's going to be very difficult to ever properly... Oh wait, it is. It's over on the natural, I missed that. But 2-2 isn't anywhere near done. But obviously 2-1 is going to be. But Wolfix is going to be betting it all on one attack. He's going to wait until he's around 180 supply. He's going to get his main again. Well, at least he's going to try to. But look at this. Another Arbiter going into the main.
I'm waiting, Kicks. Here we go. If at first you succeed, also try to succeed the second time. And boom, goes the dynamite.
That mine.
Yeah, recall into a mine, not actually that great. But continuing to be annoying here in the main. Now all of a sudden, you gotta go all the way back.
Yeah, you waste so much time cycling between your main and Nat. Luckily enough, Wolfix didn't build another command center down here just yet. Oh no, the armory's gonna go down before... Oh wait, this is +2 armor, so it's not a big deal. Still, losing an upgrade is something you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. But wow, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 6 base. Protoss just now starting to mine off that 6th, and just having to take so long to clear up.
It's 7 now as well. Well, it will be soon anyway.
I think... I don't know. Wolfix is... losing so much in his main is really, really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing Wolfix has going for him is he didn't lose all of his tanks. But look at this. There's going to be another recall coming in again. This is when things get really difficult for Terran. You're just getting constantly recalled over and over and over again. And you can't push out.
So frustrating.
You just can't do anything about this. You never have a moment to actually compose yourself, to like get yourself defended again.
Yeah. Because, like, what are you going to do? Like, build emergency? Wow. Oh, okay. Wow, he just GG's out. I mean, I think he was maybe going to lose inevitably, but that's so frustrating to lose there. Because, you know, that's the field ban GG. That's when you're just so tired of everything that you just have to get out of the game. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, obviously, that he did lose that game. That's going to take White Clan to a 2-0 lead at the moment, and that's going to take us into game number 3 when we get back after this very short break. See you guys soon. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 3 of White versus NetWars. It's going to be Koga versus Sak. It's not the Terran Sak, it's a Zerg Sak, so not only do we have a million lasts, we now have a Sak that's also not the pro. So it's going to be a little bit confusing, but we'll get there. We'll have to see how well this Sak compares to the other one as well. He's got a lot to live up to. But let's actually have a quick look at their stats. One of the players' stats is going to be a little bit more fleshed out here. It's going to be Koga. Koga, rank 3 in the entire of the STPL. He's won 8 of his last 10 games. He's got a 79% win rate overall, and he is an absolute boss.
That's right. Just like you're an absolute boss for learning English after being born in Japan and growing up there your whole life.
I was not born in Japan.
You could have been.
In another weird universe, I guess. Maybe
an alternate timeline.
There's like an American word for this, like a Japanese guy who's obsessed with America, but like in an alternate universe there's a Japanese Kix who's super into English culture. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, and he casts darts or something, like the biggest game in UK. What's the biggest game in UK?
Football, probably.
Oh, yeah. He could be a soccer commentator. That'd be dope. And like nobody in... Actually, soccer's pretty big in Japan too. But
yeah.
not as big as it is in Korea.
I guess
but
cricket
that would be
fantastic.
fantastic.
The one. Cricket would be
cricket, rugby. Yeah, rugby is also pretty big in
Japan,
UK.
yeah. And the UK.
No, not in Japan.
Yeah, it is. The national team always does quite well.
Japan rugby? What?
Wait, unless I'm being silly. Regardless, his opponent is going to be Sak. Sak has no games played so far, so nothing to talk about here. And we're going to be heading into our third map. It's led to some of the best maps, or best games so far. It's led to Neo Arkanoid. Now, J1, I just realized he's played the only 2 TVCs on this map. He won one of them and lost to Jaeyoon, so... obviously, it's going to be Koga. We're going to have to see how he's going to do as we get into game number 3 on Neo Arkanoid. Okay, starting us off in the top left-hand position, we do have the blue Terran fighting for NetWars. It's Koga.
And his opponent playing for White Clan is Sak.
Yeah, thinking about your analogy before, I definitely think cricket is probably the good example, because cricket is massive in the UK, massive in India, massive in Pakistan, massive in New Zealand and Australia, but pretty much everywhere else no one plays it. It's like not really a thing. Like I guess baseball is kind of a similar one where it's like Japan and America play it, nowhere else, but yeah, I guess it's like that. Cricket's definitely a good example. I'd be a cricket caster.
You mean evil alternate universe Kix, who was born in Japan and learned English, would be a cricket caster. Nice. So yeah, we're back on the pizza map once again. Domino's, sponsor STPL, please. Domino's actually does sponsor quite a few esports.
Oh really? We gotta
there was a Papa John's sponsorship one time.
It's also the Pizza Pie Weekly in StarCraft 2. I swear that's been going on forever.
Yeah, there's this tournament in StarCraft 2 where if you win a pizza. That's like the prize of the tournament. You don't win money, you get a pizza. So that's pretty sick.
We need something like that for Brood War. That would be pretty sick. Like, winning a pizza, like, it doesn't seem like much, but it's still a meal. And pizzas are so expensive as well.
I would rather have a pizza delivered to my house than win money for a tournament. Like, money's great, but pizza is pizza.
Like, if you think about it, you get like $50 for winning a tournament or something if it's a small one. And you can only buy 2 pizzas for that or something crazy. It's just too expensive, but just getting food saves you cooking. Like, you probably spent the last 6 hours playing the cup as well, because the games last forever. you're frustrated, and then you get a nice pizza, like, get straight delivered to your door. It's a good choice.
Worth. Yeah. And we're only talking about this because there are pizza wedges on this map. So, in case you're wondering why are they talking about pizza, that's why.
Yeah, and there's even, like, all the dead units in the middle look like toppings, which probably makes it look...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
okay, alright.
There's no neutral buildings on the minimap again. That's so weird. That must have been something that was changed in the patch that I didn't notice the other day. But...
I gotta talk to them about that. I gotta see my neutral buildings. It's actually very helpful to see neutral buildings on the minimap. I think so.
It definitely is, especially on this map. Like, it's really hard to tell where people walk if you can't see the buildings.
We can always ask chat, like, do you like seeing neutral buildings? Do you not like seeing neutral buildings? I think it's important to see them, right? Because, like, this map has a ton of neutral buildings, and you definitely need them. Anyway, we can actually start talking about the game here a little bit, because this is starting to get really, really cool. So, Sock, don't know much about him. Koget, though, sick badass. And so, we're starting to see kind of the way that this map normally plays out, where the Zerg player will expand very, very quickly because their Zerglings can kill these Chrysalises pretty quickly. Chrysalises do not have a million armor like Lurker Eggs or whatever, so in case that's what you're thinking, no, they die very fast.
Yeah, unless it's on New Tornado. On New Tornado, they seem to have a huge amount of armor, but that's not a massive problem for this game. Sak has actually done a relatively good job killing those Chrysali really, really quickly, and able to go immediately into Aspire. 3 base coming up after this as well. Now, the economy for Sak is not going to be super good until those extra hatcheries come in. But Koget's going for a factory, so... Oh, is this going to be 2 Port Wraith? No, it's going to be 3 factory, okay. So Koget's not going to be able to attack for a very long time. So Sak's going to be able to get his drone count up pretty quickly, I would say.
Is he going to kill that SCD when he lands? Oh! Never mind. I was really excited about that for a second. But yeah, he's not only going to be going for a bunch of factories, he's also scouting with the barracks, which we'll see that it is close by air but far by ground. Or I guess it's close by ground, but it's far by ground because of all the blockers.
All the buildings, yeah. Now, Koget is also scouting around for an Overlord in the top right. I mean, I get why he's doing it. I think he was just making sure. But unfortunately for him, the Overlord's in the middle. So he's not going to be able to see anything too much. But he is going to take out these other Chrysalises. And he's going to be able to expand again. Now, this map is really, really good for mech. Because... But obviously we've seen bio games on here. And bio, obviously with dropships, is super powerful. But the benefit of going mech here is you have 3 gas, you get 3 gas almost immediately, and you can get a ton of Goliaths super fast.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused why you stopped killing those Chrysalises.
I think he's trying to deal with the
stop the mutas though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, muta is obviously very, very good when you are so close by air. There's nothing here to stop him. Where's the anti-air kicks?
Yeah, the Goliath came in late because he did expand so fast. So it's a little bit unfortunate. There's no engineering bay, no turrets. And the Mutalists are just... There's so many of them, they can just deal with the Goliaths right now. And Charon Boosters isn't done yet either. It's still 3/3 or 2/3 of the way through.
3/3, you say?
Yeah, 3/3.
So no more mutas on the way, at least just yet, because he's a little supply blocked. So... Sock, he would love to be hitting 6 more mutas right about now, but unfortunately he couldn't actually build them at all. So finally he's going to be unsupply blocked here, and that means that we could build more mutas, but when you're that delayed, the time for mutas might be a little bit off in the future, because he also spent a bunch of money on the Carapace upgrade.
Yeah, he lost, I think, at least a couple of mutas to the bunker as well. They tried to fly over and they were trying to do some damage at the natural, but the 2 Marines actually came back from killing the Chrysalis and got in the bunker, so benefits to Koget there, but it's kind of an interesting situation where Sak did a ton of damage, so he's actually evened up the game in terms of his economy was bad at the beginning, but now he doesn't have to worry about it.
It's really rare that you see games where things equalize like that, where one player does damage and the other player like takes damage, but then like they even out. Such a beautiful thing about Brood Wars. Like, you can even have cheeses that cheese and they deal so much damage that it offsets how crazy bad it is to cheese for your economy.
Yeah.
So then you just go into a normal game after that. And you're like, oh, okay, well, cool.
Yeah, and it's funny because you say normal game, but the games that happen after that are never normal. They're always so weird. But yeah, looks like we are going to have Sack trying to push in, trying to get... missing some of his muta shots, actually. That's a big mistake, but... yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Getting a lot more damage done, though. Does need to get those mutalists out before they all die. They are very low. Oh my god, he's going to lose all his mutalists.
Wait, what? No! Oh my gosh, he almost did lose all his mutas. I mean, he's building more mutas, which is a little bit weird. I get it because you have Carapace, so it makes sense to invest in mutas, but oh man. Most of those mutas are sub 30 HP, so definitely a big stalling point here for Koget. It's great because obviously he doesn't have to worry about as many mutas. He's got a ton of Charon boosted, upgraded Goliath, and that bunker. They was fighting the mutas over the bunker. What? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, the strange thing there was I think he thought he got away, but one of his mutas was slightly over the cliff, and that meant the bunker could shoot it, and then all the other mutas got bugged, and they were like, oh shit, we need, oh damn, we need to go and attack. Like, that happens so many times, especially, like in TBT, like one unit gets hit by a tank shot, and all of a sudden your entire army suicides itself, and it's like, okay, I guess that's it. But yeah, looks like the mutas are going to clean up some of these buildings in the middle, as he is going to look to expand towards the bottom right.
Yep, I think that absolutely makes sense. Expanding away from the Terran player. The only reason it's a bad idea is if you, get dropped or something like that. And that's not really the route that we see coming out. It's just gonna be mech from Koget, and I kind of like this. I actually, it's very rare that you get a chance to see mech versus Zerg. Because usually it's bio, you try to stim, break through the Sunkens, blah blah blah, but obviously this map is very, very strange.
Yeah, obviously there's a ton of Goliaths finally. The third base is finally going to be able to come down for Koget as well. And somehow Sack is supply blocked again. I don't know if he sacked an Overlord, but I swear he's been supply blocked a few times now, and I just haven't seen any Overlords dying. So I don't really know what's happening, but drones are going to be sent out over through the middle to expand down to this bottom right location. And the one benefit Zerg has in island map situations, we saw it on Sparkle as well in ASL, is the second you have Hive and you get Nidus, like, it doesn't matter if it's a semi-island, if it's an island, your army can move so quickly between the two of them that it makes it very difficult to attack.
It does, it does. So I really want to see them break the neutral buildings broken through so that we can actually play a normal ground game on this map, because you just never get a chance to see that. But I think it actually would be probably pretty good for Koget, because it would allow his units to obviously move around a lot better, and especially once he starts building like the traditional mech army, you really do have to be able to, I mean, it's already immobile enough, so you don't need any help having it be so immobile by having to worry about which route you take through the middle of the map.
You know, the funny thing is, I mentioned this in the game with Radley, due to the way the map is designed, because there's so many buildings, they had to make everything kind of little chokes. So it makes it incredibly good for mech versus Zerg, because all of a sudden Zerg can't really attack you, because if you think you've got 3 chokes going into the 3 bases you already have, and if you can take the choke on the other side of the map, all of a sudden you've got another 3 gases. Like, what's Zerg going to do about that?
Well, I mean, probably try to keep you from taking that choke. That would be my advice. But hey, Zach is about to expand to the bottom right-hand corner. If he can pull that off, get a bunch of bases down there, feels good. Or at least it should do. But for Koget, he's a Terran player with double upgrades on 3 bases. He is just going to max out on Goliaths and go. I mean, obviously there's going to be a few other units there too, but this is all Goliaths. This is so sick. You remember back when like there was this 5-fact Goliath push that you used to do versus Zergs, and it killed them.
Yep, and it still does. Still really good. Okay, now we do have +2 carapace coming in for Sack, which is something you very rarely ever see for Mutalisks. But it's nothing but Mutas, so if he attacks at the right time, he could kill all these Goliaths, but it's not just Goliaths, it's going to be Irradiate as well, and when you've got so many Mutas, it's so difficult to deal with it. But look at this, Koga moves out of his base, and Sack swoops in.
Wow, the worst timing possible. Right as all of the Goliaths leave, you have 2 control groups of mutas in your base. And this is really weird. Oh, check out the Irradiates, though. Nice splitting. Does get most of them out. Look at the splitting on those Irradiates. When you have huge control groups of mutas, Irradiate's their worst enemy. But if you can split immediately, all of a sudden it does nothing. That's beautiful. Wow. So devastating. And now we're going to see Kogut say, look, it's time. Get out of my base. You are dead. Or at least he hopes he's dead.
Yeah,
let's find out.
This is one of those weird situations where essentially Kogut was indecisive, so Kogut didn't go back to defend, and he also didn't attack quick enough, so this is going to give Sack time to kill that base on the top right. It's all already gone, and he's going to fly his Mutas back. They are heavily damaged from the Irradiate though, and that's going to be the blessing that Kogut has in disguise. Let's see if it's going to work.
There are so many Goliaths here, King.
Wait.
This is insane.
That Dark Swarm is going to help Kogut. If he gets his Goliaths under there after killing all the Lings, the Mutas can't damage them, right?
Well, I mean, I think the Goliaths will just kill the mutas anyway, right? I mean, double carapace though, that's actually crazy. But yeah, indeed, you should put your Goliaths under the Dark Swarm.
He can't, there's a single Ling there. Okay, Irradiate again, the splitting not as good this time, but this isn't really enough Goliaths. He's taken so much damage, look at this!
But actually, a lot of these, oh, it's so close. All the mutas are dying, Kicks.
Oh my goodness, how the heck did he take that engagement? There is a single Ling killing the tank under the Dark Swarm though, and he's broken through, so he's going to be trying to get down into this main.
Yeah, look at Kogut's army that's rallying across the map. Holy cow.
Yeah, and there's no Hydra Den, I don't think.
Yeah. No, there is not.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing but Mass Muta. Oh, Ultra. Ultras are done, but he's got no gas.
Yeah, exactly. He lost all of his drones in his main. I think this is it. I think Kogut just Goliath his way into the victory.
Yeah, now their Ultras are very strong, but they've only got +1/1. There's already 2/1 on these Goliaths, and the Ultras go down. If the Hive goes down, I think Kogut's done it for sure. I don't think there's anything that Sack can do even with those bottom right bases.
Damn, what a badass. Kogut, he takes all that muta damage to his 12 o'clock base, and he's like, okay, I'll just kill you. And even though the Zerg player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 bases, I'm sorry, you don't get to play the game. Sack taps out, and Kogut dominates. Wow, Net Wars on the board.
Yeah, this is why Kogut's so good. And you know what? That was a super important game because that means Net Wars still have a chance of making it into the ace match and taking down White Clan. And this wouldn't be the first time they've done it either if they do manage it. It's a little bit unfortunate that Zero's car broke down because just imagine we could be in a 2-1 situation now for Net Wars, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. But we are going to go into game number 4, 2-1 up to White Clan, but Yeti is going to stand up against Famasi after this short break to see if we are going to make it to that ace match. See you guys very soon. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, I was playing an EGM fight night, and it just so happens in round 1 I played up against Terra. I've always said that I have bad micro, but this was on another level. StarCraft released 20 years. Hello guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 4 between NetWars and White Clan. This is going to be the game that will decide whether or not we're going to the ace match or if White Clan are going to win the series 3-1. Let's have a look at the players quickly. It's going to be a little bit of a rematch here because these players have actually met twice before. Yeah, FamSE did win both of them, but they were both incredibly close games. So I'm hoping we'll see that again. Yeti currently ranked 5 in STPL. He's done an incredible job, 74% win rate. And his opponent is Yeti, who's ranked 8 in STPL. And he's got a 78% win rate. Now, of course, the ranking is based on ELO. So it means Yeti did a little bit better against players that were higher ranked than him, whereas FamSE beat sort of a lot. I mean, he's played so many games, it's crazy. But let's have a look at the map as well. We're going to be heading into map number 4. It's Carthage 3. Now, Protoss have had a massive advantage over Terran on this map, so we'll have to see if that carries on. So we'll get into game number 4. It is Yeti versus FamSE on Carthage 3. Okay, starting us off in the top left-hand position, we do have the purple Protoss fighting for NetWars. It's Yeti.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, one of the best players on White Clan, is the Korean player FamSE.
Yep, FamSE was kind of one of the mainstays of White Clan of Season 1. I'm fairly certain he appeared in pretty much every series they played. He won 18 games overall in Season 1 as well, which is a huge number. And the only games he really lost were games against players that it wouldn't really surprise me to see anyone lose to. Like, I think he lost to...
He lost to Eon Zerg, he lost to Boneth, I think, one time. Or did he win that? I don't remember. But yeah, he lost against some very good players. But he also dropped a game to like somebody I never thought he would lose to too. So it's not like he totally killed it, but he killed it almost all the time. So definitely one of the strongest players in STPL for sure.
Yeah, looking at his history quickly, I just brought that screen back up for myself. His last 10 games, he won 7 of them. He lost to Spire from Seoul. He lost to Dates from Valhalla team. And he lost to TT1 on Athena 2. I remember that game as well. He got 2-gated, if I remember rightly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, I remember because yeah, okay, maybe that was the player that I never thought would be able to beat him, who did. But that was good. Either way, suffice it to say, this is the badass matchup of the night, and it's very important because Yeti is here to keep NetWars' hopes alive in the series.
Yeah, if Yeti can't win here, we will not go towards the ace match, and that'll give NetWars their... I believe it'll actually be their second loss, because they lost against IRK in week 1, so that'll be a massive upset. It's kind of weird to say an upset, but like in terms of the rankings, it would be an upset, because IRK winning is nothing to be sort of ashamed of, I guess, but it's still something you wouldn't expect. No, sorry, NetWars actually won their first series. I'm getting completely mixed up. It's crazy. We've had so many series already. Like, if you're just tuning into the SCPL, this season will last for 14 weeks maximum of games, but there is 7 best of 5s played every single week. So the lowest amount of possible games is 20, I believe. Yeah, no. 24. 24 is the lowest possible amount of best of 1s that we could have.
That sounds right.
Okay, so in terms of Pharmacy's base, we've got the gas coming up. He's pulled off of gas, so he's going to be going for an expansion behind this, using his marines up front to keep the probe away as well. Fairly standard. There is a SCV hiding over here on the right, but it's not going to be for proxy or anything. He's just going to go for a later scout, which is fine. Yeti is playing 2-gate. He's going to go 2-gate power goon, which means he's going to get 1-gate range, then a 2nd gate, and look to do a little bit of damage. But Pharmacy's already getting ready with the bunker.
Yep, everything coming up right as it should. I don't think there's too much to worry about. I think honestly the best part about the bunker is that it's going to deny scouting. Not that it's there for like, you know, protection or whatever, but you should be able to get close enough to see what's happening at the natural. Because a lot of times if you just see the bunker and run away, you don't necessarily know that there's an expansion behind that. I mean, obviously there should be, but then you lose that one game where there's not.
Yeah, luckily enough for Yeti, there is an expansion behind it. It isn't super far back, so it's not super far forward, sorry. So Yeti should be able to see with the vision of just a probe that there is an expansion there, but it is going to be a mine expand. So Pharmacy playing quite greedy here. Mine expand is kind of taking... coming into its own almost over the last, say, month or so. Like, it's becoming really popular. There's also a build where you kind of fake expand and then you go for a drop behind it. And Pharmacy getting his engineering bay already. Mine's coming up and he's going into tanks behind this. So he's not playing super greedy at least.
Yeah, let's see what this little vulture is going to do out on the map. Oh, mine on top of the ramp? Oh no, he's actually... Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Oh, nice target
Unfortunately,
firing.
yeah, you can't just drop the mine straight in front of the vulture, but hey, one gets down.
Yep, one's landed. That makes it a little bit more annoying to push around the map with the Dragoons. There is still a mine left on this Vulture as well. That'll be used to block this Mineral only. But unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to block the top right-hand base, which is where Yeti is going to look to expand.
Yeah, I think that was always the right decision. Don't want to expand towards your Terran opponent. In general, not a great idea. So... yeah, this is actually a pretty standard opener, and I think that because both of these players know how good the other one is, there's a lot of respect, so you're not going to see any one of these, like, punk moves, like, can you defend against this? Do you have this good micro? Because they already know that, like, well, both of them are pretty legit.
Yeah, we've got the armory coming in for Pharmacy already. He is getting ready for a long game. Yeti obviously going into that third base relatively quickly. If anything, that's a relatively greedy third to do that off of just one gateway, but he kind of knew what Pharmacy was going for, so as long as he defends against any possible Vulture run-bys, he should be fine.
Yeah. And I think he's pretty airtight against Vulture run-bys. Like, he's got the wall at the front with the Dragoons, so... This Vulture might poke in and see it, but the biggest piece of information is from this Vulture is going to be to see if there's a base at that 1 o'clock, but he can't actually get up the ramp to see it.
Yeah, he can kind of assume now, though, that's sometimes it's what you don't see is kind of gives it away. Like, Flash talks about this a lot, I think, where Flash is just so unbelievably good at this game that he'll see that the opponent doesn't have X number of X at Y time, and he'll know exactly what's going on, but there's literally no reason for Yeti to have that Dragoon there if he doesn't have a base, so obviously you could kind of fake it out, but they've both played each other twice already, and they kind of know how each other play, and Yeti does like going for long games, even against really good players, so...
I don't blame him. He's a fantastic macro player. I would say that, like, you know, you associate different ones of, like, the legendary foreign Protoss players with different, like, strategies, right? And I would say Yeti absolutely capable of playing the long game. So, I mean, obviously Pharmacy is too, so maybe that would not work out so well for him. But I hope we get a chance to see it. We've seen some long games today. So if this is one of them, I will not complain.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how long the first series actually took. Like, this series has been pretty fast in comparison. Obviously we did start with the walkover, a little bit unfortunate there, but not the biggest deal. Luckily enough, we've had some pretty good games following it up, so I reckon we'll see Yeti go for carriers behind this. That's kind of his MO as such. Like, he goes for a lot of gateways. Like, The last time I saw him go Arbiters was quite a while ago, and it didn't go as well. But the last time I went Carriers was against Bjol in the semi-final playoffs of the STPL. So, and he won that game. It was like a 45-minute macro game, and he won. So if you're gonna go summon, go for what you're good at. And Carriers is definitely his thing.
I mean, if you have to have one thing be your thing, that's a pretty good thing to have it be.
Yeah.
Especially on this map, I think there's a lot of really good places for carriers, just along the like the right-hand side, like that edge. Ugh, how are you gonna get back there?
Yeah, and you have to run your Vulture or your Goliaths for so long. Just to answer game in chat, I believe VT versus Naz was a game I casted on Monday. That was last Monday. So if you did miss it, check out the VODs. It was either that or Wednesday, but I've casted so many series this week that I can't actually remember, so you'll have to check that one out yourself. But they were good games, so...
Yeah, I did not catch that, so Was I there for that? I don't think I was there for that.
It must have been Monday.
Actually, yes, I was. I was there for that, because that was our VT... Yeah, VT played, like, the sickest games.
Oh, yeah.
Actually amazing.
That was Wednesday, then.
Yeah, it was Wednesday. So yeah, go back and watch that. I remember the games were actually really good.
Yeah. And then we followed it up with Bull versus Ash as well, which was one of the sickest series ever. So it was a pretty good day Wednesday.
Yes, it was. But today's also a very good day, especially this series, especially this game. So let's see what we have in store. It's +1 air weapons and the Fleet Bacon on the way.
Okay, now let's see how well this is actually going to be hidden. The amount of times you just see Terrans immediately scan the carriers, and it's like, why can't I do that? Like, when I'm playing, it's so difficult, but you just scan immediately. Now, there are scans in the bases, so he should be looking. But at the moment, like, if he scanned, if he didn't see this spinning, which he may not have done, because I don't think there's been a scan for a while, it's going to be hard to tell carriers are on the way.
Yeah, it's not immediately obvious. I think obviously good players are very good at sort of sussing it out, figuring out where and what is going on. Even if they see what's not there, sometimes it can give it away. But I will say that it's not like Pharmacy is unprepared. Sure, he doesn't have a million Goliaths or anything like that. I also don't think he's gotten Charon boosters yet, but he's building 4 factories going up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Oof.
He's going to have 2-1 upgrade on the way as well. 2 attackers about halfway done. So that's always going to be good. Now, one thing that comes into kind of knowing what to play against as well is player history. Now, a lot of the time in STPL, you'll see players that have never played against each other before. Maybe like outside of STPL they would have, but they wouldn't have met each other otherwise. Especially when you see a lot of these foreigner versus Korean matchups, because the Korean and foreign scene outside of this don't really match up with each other that much anymore. There's G's weekly. Havatyu doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, so you don't see that. So a lot of the time you'll get kind of weird matchups where they're both kind of feeling each other out, but Yeti and Pharmacy have got history. They know exactly how each other plays.
Yeah, they definitely do have history. And even I don't know, I think it goes beyond just like saying they have history. I mean, when they've matched up, it's always been super crucial. So
oh, he's going to scout the carriers with the drop. There we go.
Yeah, so let's see how fast he's able to switch over. He's got like 1 or 2 Goliaths right now.
Oh, this is a good drop location.
Oh
my god.
Wow. Look at that. The mine's coming through as well. He doesn't want to drag them into the middle of the line. Oh my god, he almost blew up his own probes. That was so clutch. But he's going to lose vultures to zealots, which probably shouldn't happen.
Yeah, well, he's done a decent amount of damage, and the important thing from this drop is he knows carriers are on the way. Let's see what he's producing. He's still producing vultures for now. There is only a single carrier, well, double carrier now, but he's in a good spot. Pharmacy knows exactly what's coming his way. He's going to be able to look to push. He's going to probably round out his units with another round of vultures, which are just about to finish, and then we'll see him unsiege and go, because this is the timing. This is when you do the damage.
He's killing off a dropship with like 4 interceptors. I'm like, ugh, I don't know if that's what carriers were really made to do, but hey, he did it. But you could tell, like, by him producing another big round of tanks and vultures, that he knew that he had a really big window where the carriers were not very important or not very effective, and he just needed a bigger ground army so he could go crush him. But the zealot count is gigantic for Yeti. It's so big. There's so many zealots here. And there are these temple walls. There's 5,000 HP per temple. So actually, Yeti's going to go down here, try to snipe the 9 o'clock base, and maybe even be able to come around into the natural down here. So this is not like Yeti can just, or Famasi can just move out onto the map really, like willy-nilly.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to go for the 3rd base, and that wouldn't be a bad decision. There's barely any units over here. You can see the Zealots now getting on top, but a lot of Vulture reinforcements coming in. But he's just got so many Vultures right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of Vultures,
Zealots
so
even.
these Zealots are not going to be as effective as I thought. Obviously, Vultures do not do very well against Dragoons, but they do very well against Zealots. So if he can get his army up on top of the ramp, this high ground advantage is going to be really big.
Yeah, but he needs to break through these depots so he can get his army out. If he loses all his army here, it could be devastating. And he's losing so many Dragoons. He's not even killed the command center yet.
Yeah, I mean, killing the CC is good, obviously, but losing your whole army is not. He does have
oh no, he's
going to
lose a carrier
coming through. But yeah, losing that carrier is obviously quite tragic. He might even lose another one. It's taking so much damage here, Kicks.
Oh my god, the mines.
Sure.
Okay, they didn't go off. That would have been devastating. But it looks like wow, he's actually going to deal with this. He's killed most of the army. He's knocked the tank count down, which is the main component of this. And he's going to find this base in the 9 o'clock. There's 3 carriers. They're going to slowly pick away at the SCVs. And Yeti is in a great spot right now.
He did lose a lot of army, but he was factoring very well behind it.
Look at these DTs. There's so many of them.
How did they even get there? What?
They
I guess they are invisible. I did not see them, but constant scan's going to be forced out, and the DTs are actually doing so much damage.
But they all do go down. That's actually a big loss. Now, we actually have another dropship coming into the top right-hand side, but there's already a cannon here. So let's see if these 2 tanks are able to do anything. But this is going to be a 2-pronged assault from Famasi, knowing that Yeti's multitask can be a little bit rocky sometimes. He's going to drop and push at exactly the same time. Yeti's sending his entire army to the top right to deal with the drop. And that's going to leave his 4th base completely open.
There are enough Zealots to be able to push this drop away. I mean, it might lift, but no, he's actually just going to totally kill it. But this push is scary. So obviously that base just gets evaporated, sublimated, whatever you want to say. And now the push, scary as it might be, this is the moment of truth. If Yeti can hold on here, then he's in a great spot. If not, well, we'll see. There's 4 carriers up on the high ground, 6 carriers up on the high ground. Not max interceptors, but still quite a few. I'm not sure if there are enough Goliaths here, Kiggs. Let's see. The interceptor count's still pretty high.
Yeah, but the carrier's getting targeted by the Goliaths. Now they're not. And Yeti's fighting into 3-2 mech at the moment. There's actually a unit up in the top right. I think it may still be the dropship, though.
Dropship, yeah. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, he loses a carrier.
Goliath, yeah, picking off a carrier. There's still 5 with a lot of interceptors, but he needs to pull back and get a couple more rounds of interceptors built and maybe wait for a couple more carriers to come out. There's 2 about to pop right now. But even still, it's mission accomplished because this tank line never made it to the natural expansion.
Yeah, but the trouble is he still does need to worry about these Goliaths. He can't engage the tank line. There's too many of them. And he's having trouble engaging the Goliaths as well. He's doing a good job, but look at this. Look at how many Goliaths are rallying up now. And we finally see Famasi actually going back into Vultures as well, not making the mistake that I do in a lot of my games where I forget to worry about the ground army. Yeti is in a really awful spot right now. He's only really mining off of 2 bases.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
And he's going to lose another carrier.
Oh no, yeah, he's gonna lose another carrier. Almost all the carriers going down here. Oh, Famasi, such a good pickoff there. And now there's only 3 or 4. Wait, what?
Yeah, there's still 6. Yeah, they were the 2 new ones that went down. But still, it's a big problem because he can't deal with the tanks on the high ground, so he can't get his zealots up on the Goliaths.
Now 5 carriers left, and oh, the High Templar are going to go down, or I guess one of them does. The other one doesn't have enough energy to be worth anything. So,
Yeah.
more and more carriers getting picked off now. Only 5 carriers, even with any more. I mean, he's building 5 interceptors at a time, but there's so many Goliaths here, Kicks.
There is, and he's got all the interceptors out that he has, but the Goliaths are getting on top of the carriers. They're going to fly immediately into them, losing 2 carriers straight away. There is going to be a storm at the back. Is he going to storm? He needs to storm. There it is, but
yeah,
it's not
not
enough, I don't think. Yeah, all the carriers are going to go down.
Yes. And I think that's going to do it. Wow, I actually thought that Yeti was able to hold on there, but losing a couple of carriers, he never got +1 weapons, so... Or I guess was that +2 weapons? I can't tell.
Yeah, he's got +2 weapons.
Oh, wow, so that was +3 weapons he was upgrading. Damn. Maybe that would have been enough if he hadn't lost any carriers, but yeah, still too much damage. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is going to do it. I think Famasi is going to close out the series for White.
Famasi is such a boss. Like, the amount of games he comes... Oh my god, there's so many DTs, but he sent them all in one go, so they all just die. GG, Yeti taps out, Famasi takes game number 4.
And actually, if you think about it, if Zero had been able to win his first game, then that would tie the series up at 2-2.
Yeah.
And then we'd go into an ace match, which would be really hype and really sick. So ultimately, we still got to see some really good games. And Yeti did have a really good push down to the bottom left-hand quarter to kill 2 Terran bases. But I think he lost maybe a little bit too much. The counter push was really strong. Those carriers got scouted in time. And yeah, Famasi takes the game and the series for White Clan.
He does. Let's have a quick look at those results. Obviously, game 1 was... Okay, this isn't the results. Now you're getting to see the cool production and how it works. But there we go. So Net Wars did lose game number 1 to a walkover. That's unfortunate, but life gets in the way in weird ways sometimes. Sinby took down Wolf on Whiteout with just mass recall over and over and over again. Koga took down Sack. He took a ton of damage, and he's like, nope, I'm just going to go win the game now because I have a million Goliaths. And then Famasi, and that really well played game by him, takes down Yeti to round out the series. Now, I was planning on doing 3 series today, but it's now nearly midnight. I have been up since 7 AM, so I am knackered. I know that Rapid is also tired because you also woke up super early. So we are going to call it here for today. I'm going to cast Seoul versus EF at some point over this weekend. I'm not 100% sure when it will be, but it will 100% not be when BSL is on. So no need to worry about anything overlapping. But we will see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. One quick thing, obviously huge shout outs to our sponsor Liquipedia, who have donated $500 to the initial prize pool, and also to Matrino, who have given us a lot of codes, this time 200 to be exact, to be used in the thing. I am just quickly typing in this button so you can follow that link and put in the code STPL. Look, I don't know if that's gonna work, kind of, but you can see the code just about. Put that code in, you can put 50 cents into the prize pool, and we can get going. So huge thank you, Rapid, for casting with me, and huge
no problem
thank you to everyone else who was watching. Have a good evening and have a good weekend. See you guys soon.